Well, hello YouTubers, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. We're out here in northwest Nebraska, fossil hunting. But problem is, it rained all day yesterday and all night, and the roads into the Badlands where we hunt are just a quagmire of mud, and there's no way we can get out there. So instead today, we're going rockhounding. We're going out to a little place we know. We think we can get in, that the roads into there will be good enough for us to get in without getting stuck. So we're going to go out there, we're going to do some rockhounding. And we'll see what we can find. Hopefully some good stuff, maybe some agates even. All right, so everybody's loading up and we're gonna hit the road and head out here in a minute. All right, we have arrived. Go out here and see if we can find us some pretty rocks. Walking over some in the grass, but hard to see what I'm walking on. Go out here into the more open areas, have a look around. Here we go. Oh, it's wet. Yes, it's rained a lot lately, so things are wet. Some Jasper there. Quartz. Lots of sandstone. More Jasper. Lots of Jasper. What's going on?
Somebody farted up in here and just blew by me.
Little bathroom humor. Never hurt anybody. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Look around a little bit. We got a lot of acreage to cover. So, got to be some good stuff out here somewhere. And Fairburn agates are the official rock of Nebraska. This looks like Jasper. I'd say that's Jasper. Let's find something better than that. So I'm looking for rocks I can tumble, rocks I can cut, slab and cab, and of course, agates are at the top of the list of things I'd like to find. We'll see how we do. So here's our first possible agate. It looks like it's got some translucency to it and some pretty red dendrites in it. So I'll throw this in the bucket. It's a good start. Not too far from the truck. Small, but see if we can find something even better here. So got a weird piece of sort of mossy, plumy Jasper here. That'd be a good piece to tumble. See how it turns out. I'll throw that in the bucket. Keep looking. There's a whole lot of this plain brownish or brick red Jasper out here. It's good quality Jasper. It's really waxy, nice texture. I'd say almost lapidary quality, but really the color is underwhelming. So I'm just passing up most of it, but there's certainly a lot of it out here. I mean, there's a big piece there, some more over there, some more over there. It's everywhere. So I'm hoping to find something with some nicer colors. So I'm leaving all this stuff. Got a piece of something, looks kind of like pudding stone. Little bits of this and that all through it. It's about the right size to tumble. I'll throw that in the bucket. I'll take it back to my bucket, which is a ways away. So for now, it's going in the pocket. Not sure exactly what I've got here. It's not agate. I'm not even sure it's Jasper. I guess it's kind of Jasper-y. But it's got an interesting pattern to it. So I'll keep that. See how it tumbles. Maybe I'm getting too picky in my old age as I advance in this hobby, but I'm not finding too much out here of interest to me. I was hoping to at least find some nice prairie agates or decent looking Jasper or petrified wood, but so far I only got 4 or 5 rocks in my bucket. Too much. That's an interesting piece of jasper. I might take that and tumble it, see what we get. But really, not finding all that much. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. What do we got here? Well, it's got polka dots on it, whatever it is. Well, I'll keep it just for the novelty of it. See what it looks like when it is tumbled up. Well, I found a really interesting looking piece of either jasper, maybe verging on quartzite. Got some very interesting color banding in it. Brown to orange to black. I'll keep this and see how well it tumbles. Interesting to see. Well, I'd call this an almost agate. It's got a brown rind on the outside. Inside we got some red jasper, possibly a little translucent chalcedony in the center. So I'll take this and tumble it. Well, after a good bit of hunting out here, I think I found my first for sure agate nodule. It's about half of one. It's like all the rind's been tumbled away. I mean, it's not very pretty. It doesn't have a lot of cool banding in it, but there is some translucent chalcedony there. Yeah, light comes through it, so that's agate. Just doesn't have to be a very pretty one, and it's broken off. There's only half of one. But I can tumble it, make it into something beautiful maybe. So I'll keep that. Okay, I think got the first little bit of prairie agate here. Again, like the other one, not very pretty. It's only half a nodule. Been broken off. But there are some bands of chalcedony in this, so I'm calling this prairie agate. So this is going in the bucket, going home with me. Unless I find some much better agates, then I'll just throw it out. Well, things are looking up. I found a pretty nice agate nodule here. Lots of translucent chalcedony, as you can see the sunlight shining through it. Got some fortification banding in it. Nice red color to the banding. Got some white fortifications too. I don't know if this is Fairburn or not. I mean, it's not the prettiest Fairburn I've ever seen. Might be one of the ugliest Fairburns I've ever seen, but it might be Fairburn. I'll have to do a little research on it and see. But certainly it's going home with me, and it's going to get tumbled, and it's going to be a very pretty rock. Well, here's a big ugly potato of a prairie agate. It's got some nice white banding in it and some tubes. So that's interesting. This might be one that I would cut rather than tumble. Kind of big. Yeah, there's some more. I don't know, I hope the banding is showing up in this lighting. It's hard for me to tell on the screen of my phone whether it's showing up, but there's tube ends and banding there. A little bit of color, not much. But yep, that's prairie agate right there. That's a pretty big one too. I'll keep that. Well, found another agate. I do hope the banding in there is showing up. Got some nice red fortification banding in there. Some white chalcedony. It's a otherwise unimpressive rock, but this end of it's interesting. So that's a keeper. It's an agate anyway. Going in the pocket. And here's another one. So I'm doing pretty well right now, agate-wise. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's too colorful to be called a prairie agate and too plain to be called a Fairburn, but some kind of agate. And I think the trick was getting further from the road. Our cars are way over there, so people have probably picked this area pretty clean further in. But in just a fairly small area, I found a couple of agates and some other interesting rocks. So, yeah, I think just getting further away from the road is always a good idea. All right, let's keep hunting, see what else we can find before the commandant of this expedition calls time. And here's another one. They're coming fast and furious now. All right, filling my bucket. So I'm not 100% sure what this is. It's kind of like jasper agate. It's like jaspery over here. And then we got some really botryoidal and tubey stuff over here. So, I don't know. That's an interesting rock. Different. Very different. Oh, I'm going to have a bad case of rockhound stoop by the time we leave here. Yeah. Bent over so much. Slowly walking along. Looking at the rocks. Oh, well. Things we do for our hobbies. It's worth it. Even if my back winds up being a little sore tonight. I got a lot of agates. Hoping to find some more here. Okay, can you see the rattlesnake?
I find the best look rock I've seen the whole time, and he rattles at me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, ah.
Oh, I don't know if the sound of the rattle's coming through. Just one of the hazards of rockhounding. It's a warm day. They're out and about.
That's the first one I've seen. I guess I should take a picture since I found it.
Yeah, you should get a picture, Lisa, of your rattlesnake. Your little pet rattlesnake.
It's going across the rock right there.
It's moving very slowly. Makes it hard to see. You get much closer, it'll coil up and rattle. Prairie rattler.
He's a little guy.
He seemed really big to me when I walked up on him.
I'm counting 6 links on his tail.
He's right behind that cactus, in line with Steve.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
He just turned around and said, "Oh shit, I'm surrounded."
Now he's going to come back at us.
Please don't come towards me.
Everybody does this. I'm sure he'll turn around.
Please don't come towards me.
Alright, leaving the snake alone and moving on. I found a piece of broken amygdaloidal basalt here. At least I think that's what it is. It's got lots of little vugs in them, and each little vug is filled with chalcedony. Some of the larger vugs you could see fortification banding in it. But I think I'm going to leave this. I'd hope to find something with bigger vugs and prettier fortifications in them. So I'm going to throw this one back. But it's an interesting rock. Well, here's a nice piece of petrified wood. That can go in the bucket. That's a pretty one. Alright. Well, here's a nice carnelian agate. Look at that yellow-orange color. Sunlight shining right through it. Very cool. I'm going to tumble that. That's a keeper. Okay, here's my total take from that rockhounding trip out in Nebraska. Well, I've got it sorted out into different piles. We'll take a look at each pile and some of the more interesting rocks in each pile. I think it was a pretty successful trip. Got a lot of good stuff here. Well, we'll start over here in the upper right corner. Got some rocks, some of which, quite frankly, I don't know what they are. Actually, most of them, I don't know what they are. A lot of them look like Jasper, but you know, look at them a little closer, like this one here. It's got cool colors and patterns in it, but the texture is way too rough. You know, it's not nice and waxy like real Jasper. This stuff up here kind of looks like, I don't know, some sort of conglomerate or pudding stone, but if you look really close, it's got vugs in it. They look like they might be filled with chalcedony or at least light-colored jasper. Got a couple of those. This one here has a lot of vugs in it that have been filled in with chalcedony. So I don't know, this might be a amygdaloidal basalt. It's possible. I'm not sure. Got a couple rocks here. Don't know any idea what they are. Looks like they've got some jasper in them. Maybe some quartz. Just pretty rocks. I might try tumbling them. Might just wind up in the rock garden. This one is another one like this. Again, pretty colors and patterns on it. It looks like Jasper at first, but you look at it close, the texture is way too rough. So I don't know what that is. Don't know if it'll tumble or not. Down here, got a couple pieces of petrified wood. I gave away my big piece that I found to a friend of mine who was hunting and didn't find any. So she went home with a piece of petrified wood. So here's a few little pieces of petrified wood I found. Down here, well, I've just got some quartz pebbles that I picked up. A bunch of white quartz pebbles. I probably should have collected more because I'm going to use these as tumbling media for softer rocks, because I find that quartz and amethyst are softer than like agate and other stuff I polish, and I can use these when I'm polishing softer rocks as tumbling media. Yeah, I probably should have got some more. They're everywhere, so I could have collected a billion of them. Over here I got some more quartz pebbles, but these I'm going to try tumbling for themselves because they're very transparent for one thing. These three are, and this one here has fairly transparent with some interesting patterns and colors in it. So we'll see how they turn out. So over here I've got Jasper, stuff that I am certain is Jasper. It's got the waxy feel. Boy, that's super smooth. It's got interesting colors, patterns in it, but it's Jasper. Yeah, let me wet it down. This big potato of Jasper up here. In fact, my wife actually thought it was a potato when I had it out of the bucket, and she looked at it. What are you doing with that potato in your hand? That's not a potato, honey. That's Jasper. So we've got lots of Jasper here. Some of it has interesting patterns and colors in it. Then moving along, I've got a pile of stuff here I'm calling Jasper agate, because it looks like Jasper, but if you look at it really close, it all has pockets of chalcedony in it. Minor pockets, not a lot, but there is some chalcedony in them. Sometimes you got to look really close. I mean, some of these rocks are going to be really interesting tumbled. This one I thought was an agate at first, but it's Jasper. That's all. There's no transparent chalcedony in it. That's all different colors of Jasper in there. This one, yeah. So they've all got it. This is the most agate-y one of all. This actually has some areas of fortification banding in it and some moss, but it's still mostly Jasper. And now we get into the true agates. These are truly agates. Get them good and wet here. You can see fortification banding in them. You can see transparent, translucent chalcedony in them. So that's an agate. There's a big agate nodule right here. There's some agate exposed where it broke here. You can see some banding down in there. But I got a feeling if I cut this up or break it up and tumble to pieces, there's going to be a lot more, because I see it peeking out in places, like right in there. So I'll bet there's more to it. This is a big prairie agate, I'm thinking. I don't know. It might even be too nice for prairie agate. It's got a lot of subtle, light fortification banding in it. A lot of tubes coming out to the surface. Some moss. That is an interesting piece of rock. I'm probably going to have to cut that up to see what's inside it. Again, we got some fortifications, some transparent. You got to get close to some of them, then they get interesting. This one here, lots of chalcedony, lots of moss. It's translucent. The light shines through it. Speaking of the light shining through it, I got a couple carnelian agates here. Yeah, the lighting is not great, but they are very translucent, yellow-orange. Looks like this one's got some red moss inside it. So that would be interesting to tumble. Another agate nodule over here. Pretty plain, but it's definitely chalcedony and it's definitely transparent. Another bit of agate here. Got this funky, tubey, botryoidal thing here. It's got a lot of green moss hanging off of it. I'll have to clean that off. But yeah, not sure what I'm going to do with that. The smaller ones I'm going to tumble. The bigger ones I might cut up to see what's on the inside, see if I can expose some more of this goodness that I can see on the outside. Some of the Jaspers will get tumbled. The Jasper agates will get tumbled. This big Jasper I'll probably cut it up to see what's on the inside, see if it's any prettier on the inside, because the colors are really subtle on the outside, so hopefully it's a little nicer on the inside. It's fairly orange on that side. So anyway, that's my rock hounding trip to the Nebraska Prairie, this place we know where there's lots of rocks. I can't swear for sure. I've got a Fairburn here. I'm going to cut some of these nodules and see what they look like on the inside. But I'm hoping that once I do cut them, some of them will look a little better on the inside. Maybe even be identifiable as Fairburns. We'll see. But yeah, definitely successful rock hunting trip. So, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting, educational, informative, inspirational, whatever. If so, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.